Bare Knuckle Grind. The name of not only the previously alluded to web series featuring episodes of CGI dudes, but also the name of the cancelled video game planned for the PS2 and Xbox. Besides a short gameplay video online, all we know of it comes from this About section on the old XConcepts website. In the brief description discussing it, we get a loose idea of how the game will work, how many dudes will be playable, and how the creatures will be featured in the form of boss battles. Although the full game was never finished, it did eventually release for PC, but in 4 separate parts. In order to play each of the 4 levels, you were required to purchase 4 separate releases, each of which came with its own disc and 2 dudes as a bonus. When it comes to the game itself, it's nothing special. The fact it even exists is really cool, but the 4 levels are notoriously buggy, and the actual gameplay is really repetitive. Most claim the real value comes from the inclusion of the charming as hell webisodes, one of which notably includes an Andy with a painted nail. What was promised versus what was delivered with this game is worth breaking down, as you never face against the creatures, there are not 8 total stages, this Nick variant was never packaged in, amongst many other inaccurate claims. Courtesy of designer Cheeto Arleano, we are now able to prove that yes, creatures were not only planned for the game, but 3D models for them exist. Not only that, we are also able to see all 60 dudes that were planned to be included in the final console version. Some of these are in the game in the form of playable characters and quest-giving NPCs, but many of these never made it into the PC release. In addition to that, he also provided images showcasing the level's initial names and screenshots of the 4 missing levels that never made it into the final game. Within those screenshots and a little footage online, we can see an oddly familiar ring icon. That is because Bare Knuckle Grind was used as the basis for an unreleased skating-based Sonic the Hedgehog video game. When it comes to those Evo Crew 1 through 5 dudes included, at first glance they appear to be plain old repeats, and that is true for some. But for 6 out of the 8 total, we received never before seen bendy arm variants. Yeah, obviously not too exciting, but interesting to point out given these bridge the generational gap. Within the 4 stages that did end up releasing, they're matched with thematically appropriate dudes. So much in fact, Freak Town is paired with these disgusting monstrosities on the card back.